going to start the new lesson, the mole concept and stoichiometry. The first main, mole concept and the stoichiometry. The first main is there are 5 mains are there. First main, that is also excluded. Second main, that is also excluded. Okay. Only third main is there. Only third main, that is vapor density and its relation to relative molecular mass. Okay. Only third main is there, and remaining the fourth main and fifth main, it is also excluded. Okay. It is also excluded. Only third main, vapor density and its relation to relative molecular mass. Okay. So in the chapter mole concept and stoichiometry, the only third main, that is vapor density and its relation to relative molecular mass. So in that subtopics are there. Molecular mass, it means vapor density formula, and reduction of simple and molecular formula from percentage composition of a compound, and the second one, the masses of combining elements. The masses of combining elements. Okay, these are the concept that is it is there in the chapter 5th. You are going to study these concepts, only these concepts. Okay, vapor density and its relation to relative molecular mass. So now come to the point of vapor density and its relation to relative molecular mass. Vapor density and its relation to relative molecular mass. Relative molecular mass that you learned in 9th standard. Previous year in the 9th standard you learned about the relative molecular mass. Okay. Now coming to the point of vapor density and its relation to relative molecular mass. So there are 3 states of matter are there. Is it? Can you name that one? Okay. But and it is also easy to. So what are the properties are there? So to discover the properties, that is very easy. But whereas in case of matter, that is solid, liquid, gas. Okay. So it is easy to learn the properties, or it is very easy to distinguish the properties of the solids and liquid. Solids and liquid. Okay. Solid is very hard material. We can see that one. Whereas the liquid. So that also we can test that one. Is it liquid? Whereas the gases, only we can feel, we can't touch it. Is it? Only we can feel, we can't touch that one, gases. Okay. Yes. So that is as I told, the properties of solids and liquid, it is easy to learn. Density. So density of the gas. To find the density of the gas, it is not easy. To find the density of a gas is not an easy method. Or we can't easily we can find out the density of the gas. So for that purpose, what they will do? No, they will compare the density of the one gas with the another gas. They will compare the density of one gas with the another gas to find out the density of the density of the gas. They will compare the relative. So they are relating one density of one gas with the other gas. Okay, so that's why the name is called relative vapor density. Relative vapor density. So formula is the relative vapor density. So let's have it here, the formula now. Relative vapor density. So how to define relative vapor density? So it is a ratio. It is the ratio between the masses of equal volumes of gases, equal volume of gas and hydrogen under the same conditions of temperature and pressure. So how to define relative vapor density? It is a ratio. The ratio between the masses of equal volumes of gas. The ratio between the equal volumes of gas and hydrogen under the similar condition of temperature and pressure. That is called relative vapor density. So ratio between equal volumes of gases. they are comparing the density of one gas with the hydrogen gas. Okay, so the lightest element, they are comparing the density of one gas with the another gas, that is hydrogen. Okay, the ratio between the equal volume of gas and hydrogen under similar condition, the similar condition of temperature and pressure. So this is the definition of the relative vapor density. The ratio, as I told you, the ratio between the equal volumes of gas and hydrogen under similar condition of temperature and pressure, that is relative vapor density. VT means, so REL is relative, V vapor density, that is equal to mass of equal volume of gas equal V volume of gas divided by mass of equal volume of hydrogen equal volume of hydrogen. So this is the ratio. So this is the ratio. So we have to derive the equation. So mass of equal volume of gas, relative vapor density. So according to the Avogadro's law, so one law is there, that is Avogadro's law. In this same chapter, that law is there, that you are not going to study because that concept is excluded from the topic. So just you have to learn that one. What is Avogadro's law? So Avogadro's law means equal volumes of all gases under similar condition of temperature and pressure contain the same number of molecules. That is the Avogadro's law. So according to Avogadro's law, the law states that equal volumes of all gases under similar condition of temperature and pressure, they contain the same number of molecules. Here volume is same. So according to Avogadro's law, so as I told, equal volumes of gases, here volume is equal volume. Name only indicates that mass of equal volume of gas. So similarly, volume of the gas, unknown gas, that is equal to the volume of hydrogen gas. So according to that Avogadro's law, so equal volume of gas under similar condition of temperature and pressure, they contain the same number of molecules. Okay, same number of molecules. That we can write that mass of, so the equal volume of gas, in these places we can write that mass of one molecule of the gas. Mass of one molecule of a gas divided by, it is a diatomic molecule. That's why in case of one molecule of hydrogen, I will write 2 atoms of hydrogen. So mass of one molecule of gas divided by, so mass of one molecule of hydrogen molecule is a 2 hydrogen molecule, it is made up of 2 atoms of hydrogen. Okay, it's a diatomic molecule. Keep it in mind that you already know this one. So hydrogen molecule is a diatomic molecule. That's why we write mass of 2 atoms of hydrogen. 2 atoms of hydrogen. So relative vapor density, that is equal to mass of one molecule of gas divided by mass of 2 atoms of hydrogen. So still relative vapor density, that is equal to the mass of one molecule of gas, and I am deriving the relative vapor density formula. Okay, I am deriving the relative vapor density. How the formula came? Okay, that you should know. Yes, these 2 I will write in front there. 2 into mass of one atom. Mass of one atom of hydrogen, that is equal to the 1/12 mass of carbon 12 isotope. Now in the place of mass of one atom of hydrogen, you should write 1/12 mass of carbon 12 isotope. That is equal to 2 into relative vapor density, that is equal to mass of one molecule of gas, that is divided by mass of one atom of hydrogen, of one molecule of gas divided by 1 by 12 of the mass of carbon 12 isotope, that is equal to the relative molecular mass. Relative molecular mass. So mass of one molecule of gas divided by 1 by 12 of the mass of carbon 12 isotope, that is equal to the relative molecular mass. So it is there in your textbook. You can see there what is the formula of the relative molecular mass. So same formula is there. So in these place you can write relative molecular mass. Now the formula will become 2 into relative. So into symbol you can write there relative vapor density, that is equal to the relative molecular mass. Relative molecular mass. This is the final formula. So this is the final formula. So relative vapor density. If they ask you to write what is the formula of relative vapor density? So 2 into relative vapor density is equal to relative molecular mass. So this is the formula. Find the relative vapor density. So that is the relationship between the relative vapor density and relative molecular mass. Okay. So why I am hearing this formula? We have to do some problems based on these problems. So based on these derivation. Okay. So using this formula, we will do some of the problems. So what is the relative vapor density? The ratio between the masses of equal volumes of gas. The ratio between the equal volumes of gas and hydrogen under similar condition of temperature and pressure. So that is the definition of the relative vapor density. Why I am telling ratio? So this is the ratio. Divided by symbol is there. That's what is called ratio. 1 divided by 2. So these you can write that. So 1 divided by 2, that can be written as 1:2. Okay. 1:2. So the ratio. So this symbol, this is the ratio symbol. Okay. That's why we call it as a ratio. So the ratio between the equal volumes of gas and hydrogen under similar condition of temperature and pressure. That is the definition. If they ask you to write the formula, 2 into relative vapor density, that is equal to the relative molecular mass. Okay, that is the final formula. So this is the formula of the relative vapor density. Let's do another problem based on this formula. Okay. Page number 81, one problem is there based on this formula. So it means relative vapor density. A gas cylinder filled with the hydrogen holds 50 gram of the gas. A gas cylinder filled with the hydrogen holds 50 gram of the gas. The same cylinder holds 200 gram of a gas X and 500 gram of gas Y. Okay, so considering the same condition of temperature and pressure, condition is same. It means under same temperature and pressure in the cylinder, calculate the relative molecular masses of gases X and Y. You should calculate the relative molecular masses of X and Y. The two gases are, one gas is X, another gas is Y. So find the relative molecular masses of unknown gases, that is X, another one is Y. For calculating the relative moleculars of X and Y, you should find the vapor density. You should first find the vapor density of the gases. Okay. So the first one, vapor density of a gas, we know that mass of volume of gas. So relative vapor density, you know the formula. So mass of equal volume of X gas. The first one I am finding there. So first I am finding X gas. So there are two gases are mass of equal volume of hydrogen gas. They already gave mass of hydrogen gas how much? Mass of hydrogen gas how much? According to the data they given 50 gram. Okay. Mass of H2 gas is equal to 50 gram. And one more data they gave, the X gas, it holds how much gram of gas? X gas X gas owns 200 gram of gas. X gas, so then it means mass of X gas that is equal to 200 gram. Just substitute the values, that's it. Just substitute the values. So mass of equal volume of X gas, that is 200 gram, and it is given 200 gram divided by mass of hydrogen gas, that is 50 gram. So 1 1 0 0 will cancel. 5 1s are 5 4s are. Your answer will become 4 gram moles. So relative vapor density, no, it is not expressed in the grams. Only mass will express in the grams. So relative vapor density is equal to the centimeter cube by kg. That centimeter cube by kg. This is the formula unit. Okay. So this is the X gas relative vapor density. What about the Y gas relative vapor density? Now move to the next one. So B1, Y gas relative vapor density. Now I am going to calculate the Y gas relative vapor density. So data is given, same formula I have to take that. So what is the mass of Y gas? Mass of Y gas. How much they gave? Mass of 500 gram. Whole 500 gram, and mass of H2 gas. This is same 50 gram. Now, so same formula is applied there. So mass of equal volume of, in place of H, should write Y. Okay. Mass of equal volume of Y gas, that is equal to 500 gram. So the next mass of hydrogen gas, that is equal to 50 gram. So gram will get cancelled. Similarly 0 0 will get cancelled. 5 1s are 5 10s are. So 50 centimeter cube by kg. So this is the relative vapor density of Y gas. Y gas. Okay. Relative vapor density of Y gas. Now don't stop here. We have to calculate the relative molecular mass. Relative molecular mass. So our formula, you know that one. Relative molecular mass. So that is, what is the formula? 2 into relative vapor density is equal to relative molecular mass. Molecular mass. So this is the formula, is it? So 2 into relative vapor density is equal to relative molecular mass. We have to calculate the relative molecular mass. Keep it in mind there. Okay. So first calculate the X gas. X gas. First calculate the X gas. So we have calculated already the relative vapor density of X gas. How much? 4. Just substitute the value. 4. So 2 4s are 8. So relate, that is equal to relative molecular mass of X gas. Relative molecular mass of X gas. Similarly, find the relative molecular mass of Y gas. Relative molecular mass is equal to 2 into relative vapor density. So 2 into relative vapor density of Y gas. How much we calculate here? Yes. 10. So 10 2s are 20. So this is the relative molecular mass. Yeah, like this how to find the relative vapor density as well as the relative molecular mass. Write the formula, that is important, and what the data they given, that you should write there one by one. Then you have to substitute in the formula. That's it. You will get the answer. Empirical and molecular formula. Empirical formula you already learned in the last year. Is it? So now first coming to the point of percentage composition. Percentage composition. What is the percentage composition? Percentage composition of a compound is the percentage by weight of each element present in it. It means what? So percentage composition, that is equal to the, one component is there. It means for example CH4, methane. So one component is there. Find the percentage of carbon. How will you find that? Find the percentage of carbon in the compound methane. How will you find that? In the compound methane, you should find the percentage of carbon. So what is the formula? Percentage of composition, percentage of C in CH4, that is equal to total weight of the compound, weight of this compound divided by weight of that element, weight of that element into percentage of finding now into 100 is into 100 is. So this is the formula. So total weight of the compound divided by weight of the element in that compound. Weight of the element in the compound. It means total weight of the compound means first you should find the molecular mass of the methane. Molecular mass of the methane by writing the molecular weight of the compounds divided by weight of the element. So if you are finding the carbon, weight of the carbon, only carbon weight you should take there. So you have to divide it. For the answer you should multiply 100. That's it. Okay, that is the percentage composition. Let's do the problem. That time you get to know that. First problem, calculate the percentage composition of various elements in sodium carbonate. Page number 86. So the sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate is equal to molecular formula Na2CO3, and they gave the relative molecular masses. What is the relative molecular mass of? Relative molecular mass. Molecular mass of the element sodium 23, carbon how much? Relative molecular mass of carbon how much? What about the oxygen? Now first find the total weight of the compound. First find the total relative molecular mass of sodium carbonate that you learned in the 9th standard. So first find the total weight. Relative molecular mass. Relative molecular mass of Na2CO3. Na2CO3. How to calculate the relative molecular mass? Can you tell me that one? How many atoms of sodium are there? 2 into relative molecular mass of sodium how much? 23 plus, and next the carbon. In the compound carbon only one carbon atom is there. So 1 into 12 plus oxygen, 3 atoms of oxygen is there. 3 into 16. Okay. So 2 into 23 46 plus 12 plus 63 is a 48. If you add, how much you get there? 48 plus 12, 60. 60 plus 46, 106. 106. What is the unit? Mass unit. Very good, children. AMU. Now, from this total weight, you have to find out the weight of individual compounds. Weight of individual compounds. First, you will find the weight of the sodium. Next, carbon. Next, oxygen. Okay, that will give the percentage. If you multiply it to 100 after calculating the weight of individual compound, so if you divide it into 100, then you will get the percentage of that individual elements. Now first we take the sodium. Okay, first take the sodium. Sodium easily get there from looking this one. Weight of sodium how much? 6. Now directly we can calculate the percentage composition. So percentage composition of sodium in sodium carbonate, Na2CO3. It means what I am telling. So in sodium carbonate, how much percent of sodium is present? That you have to find out. That's it. Okay. In the compound sodium carbonate, how much percent of sodium is present? So that you are going to calculate now. So formula we know that total weight divided by weight of the individual element of the compound. Weight of the compound divided by total weight of compound into 100. Weight of the compound, weight of the individual element. Weight of element divided by total weight of the compound into 100. Okay, so total weight of the element, sodium element, we are calculating the sodium. Its weight is 46 divided by total weight 106 into 100. So 46 into 100, 46,600 divided by 106. So almost you get 43.4 something. If you divide it, you get 43.4. 43.4 you will get it. Gram. The unit is gram. If you divide it, so divide it, do the cross multiplication. So it means in the sodium carbonate, how much percent of sodium is there? 43.4 4 gram of sodium is present in sodium carbonate. Okay, so similarly for the other elements we calculate the carbon and next oxygen. So it means weight of the element divided by total weight of the compound into 100 that will give the percentage composition of carbon. Similarly, oxygen weight of the element. So to calculate the weight of the carbon, so only one carbon is there in the compound in that molecular formula. So 12 divided by 106 into 100. That's it. So if you divide it, you do the simplification, you get the answer there. Similarly, oxygen. So in sodium carbonate, 3 atoms of oxygen is there. Okay. So 3 here we get now. So 48, 16 3 is the 48. 48 divided by total weight 106 into 100 into 100. Method you have to follow for the next two elements, that is for oxygen as well as for the carbon. So if you add that percentages, that should be equal to the 100. Keep it in mind. If you add the, now you get for sodium you get 43.4 and next you get some other values. If you add the 3 percentages also, you should get 100. Okay, 1 or 2 variations will be there. So not more than, so 102, 103, which should not will come. Okay, so 99.9 point something variation should be there. Okay. 6 H12 O6. Can you tell me the empirical formula of glucose? C H2O. So just divided by 6, we will get the CH2O. That's it. So that is the shortest formula. So that is called H2. Similarly, H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. What is the formula? H2O. We already know this one. Is it?